Have you ever finished a meal and thought, that didn't sit quite right? Or maybe you've noticed your energy dipping faster than it used to, even after a good night's sleep? Well, you're not alone. As we get a little older, say past 60, our bodies change in ways we might not always see, but we sure can feel. And one of the biggest shifts, our digestion starts to slow down. Now, I know talking about digestion isn't exactly glamorous, but here's the thing. It's the secret to staying energized, feeling light on your feet, and enjoying life to the fullest. Think of your gut like a garden. If you nourish it with the right foods, everything else blooms. But if you let it get clogged up or neglected, well, let's just say weeds start popping up where they shouldn't. Today, we're going to talk about 6 simple, delicious foods you can add to your daily meals to keep things moving smoothly and your energy level steady. No fad diets, no complicated recipes, just practical, everyday choices that make a world of difference. And we'll start with the first 3, because small steps are how every great journey begins. Let's kick things off with a food you probably already love: oats. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oatmeal? Really? That's nothing new. But hold on, there's a reason your grandma swore by a warm bowl of oats every morning. Oats are packed with soluble fiber, which acts like a gentle broom for your digestive system. They soak up excess water, soften things up, and help you stay regular without any harshness. But here's the key. Don't just settle for plain oatmeal. Jazz it up. Stir in a spoonful of chia seeds. They're like tiny fiber powerhouses, and add some sliced strawberries or blueberries for a burst of natural sweetness. My neighbor Martha started doing this last year, and she told me, "I haven't felt this light and energized in decades." Plus, oats release energy slowly, so you'll avoid those mid-morning slumps. Now, let's move on to something crisp, refreshing, and full of water: cucumbers. You might not think of them as a digestive superhero, but hear me out. As we age, staying hydrated becomes trickier. Our sense of thirst isn't as sharp as it once was. And dehydration? That's a fast track to constipation and fatigue. Cucumbers are about 95% water, so they're like nature's hydration boost. Slice them into salads, layer them on sandwiches, or just munch on them with a sprinkle of salt and lemon. My friend, Frank, keeps a container of cucumber slices in his fridge and snacks on them while he reads the paper. He says it's helped him feel less puffy and more alert. And here's a pro tip: leave the skin on. That's where most of the fiber and nutrients live. All right, let's talk about our third food, yogurt. But not just any yogurt. Look for the words live and active cultures on the label. These are the good bacteria, probiotics that your gut craves. Think of them as your digestive system's best friends. They help break down food, absorb nutrients, and even keep your immune system strong. Now, if you're not a fan of the tangy taste, don't worry. You can swirl in a drizzle of honey or mix it with some of those berries we talked about earlier. My Aunt Edna swears by her afternoon yogurt parfait. A few spoonfuls of yogurt, a handful of granola, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. She says it's like a mini vacation for her stomach. Now, I know change can feel overwhelming, especially if you've been eating the same way for years. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with one of these foods this week. Maybe swap your usual toast for oatmeal on Monday, add cucumber slices to your lunch on Wednesday, and try that yogurt parfait on Friday. Small steps add up. And remember, this isn't about restriction, it's about giving your body the tools it needs to thrive. Because when your digestion is happy, you're happy. You'll have more energy for gardening, playing with the grandkids, or finally tackling that project you've been putting off. In the next part, we'll dive into 3 more foods that'll keep you feeling spry and regular, including a surprising spice that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. But for now, why not share in the comments? Which of these 3 foods are you excited to try first? Oats, cucumbers, or yogurt? Let's inspire each other. Until next time, take care of that wonderful body of yours. It's never too late to feel your best. You know, one of the things I've learned over the years is that good health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, it's as simple as reaching for the right ingredients, the ones that have been around forever but don't always get the spotlight they deserve. Today, we're going to talk about 3 more foods that'll keep your digestion humming and your energy steady. And I promise, one of them might just become your new favorite kitchen staple. Let's start with a humble little powerhouse you might have overlooked: lentils. Now, I can hear some of you saying, "Lentils? Really? Those things take forever to cook." But here's the secret. they're worth the wait. Lentils are loaded with both soluble and insoluble fiber. Think of them as a 2-for-1 deal for your gut. Soluble fiber keeps things moving smoothly, while insoluble fiber adds bulk, which helps, well, let's just say it keeps the train running on time. And if you're worried about the cooking time, try this. Cook a big batch on Sunday and store them in the fridge. Toss them into soups, salads, or even mix them with rice for a hearty side dish. My cousin, Betty, makes a killer lentil loaf, like meatloaf, but vegetarian. And her grandkids gobble it up without even realizing it's good for them. Plus, lentils are packed with protein and iron, which are essential for keeping your energy up as the day goes on. Now, let's talk about a food that's often misunderstood: prunes. Yes, prunes. I know they've got a reputation as grandma's remedy, but there's a reason they've stood the test of time. Prunes are nature's perfect little digestion helpers. They're rich in sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that softens things up, and they're bursting with fiber. Just a handful a day can make a world of difference. But here's the trick. Don't think of them as medicine. Think of them as a sweet treat. Chop them up and stir them into oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or even bake them into muffins. My buddy Joe started adding chopped prunes to his morning cereal, and he told me, "I haven't felt this regular since I was in my 40s. And if you're worried about the sugar content, don't be. Prunes have a low glycemic index, so they won't spike your blood sugar." All right, now let's move on to my personal favorite, a spice that's probably sitting in your pantry right now: ginger. This knobby little root isn't just for stir fries or holiday cookies. Ginger has been used for centuries to soothe upset stomachs, reduce bloating, and kickstart digestion. It's like a gentle wake-up call for your gut. Grate fresh ginger into hot water for a calming tea, add it to soups, or even mix a pinch of ground ginger into your morning smoothie. My sister, Helen, swears by her ginger shot, a tiny glass of ginger juice mixed with a splash of orange juice, before big family dinners. She says it helps her enjoy the meal without that heavy, sluggish feeling afterward. And if fresh ginger feels too strong, start small. A little goes a long way. Now, I'll be honest, adding new foods to your routine can feel like a chore at first. But think of it this way: you're not just feeding your body, you're investing in your freedom. Freedom to enjoy your mornings without discomfort, freedom to keep up with your grandkids, freedom to savor life's little moments without being sidelined by fatigue or bloating. And here's the best part. These foods aren't just good for your gut. Lentils keep your heart healthy, prunes strengthen your bones, and ginger fights inflammation. It's like getting a bonus check for your health every time you take a bite, so why not pick one of these to try this week? Maybe stir lentils into that vegetable soup you love, swap your afternoon cookie for a couple of prunes, or brew yourself a cup of ginger tea while you watch the sunset. Small changes, big rewards. Coming up, we'll round out our list with the final 2 foods, including one that's so versatile you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. But for now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried lentils, prunes, or ginger before? Or maybe you've got a favorite recipe to share. Drop a comment below. Let's build a community of folks who believe that feeling good never goes out of style. Remember, friends, age is just a number, but how you feel, that's priceless. Here's to your health, your energy, and the joy of discovering how good life can taste. You know, there's a saying I've always loved: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. And that's exactly how I want you to think about your health. It's never too late to start nourishing your body in ways that make you feel alive, light, energized, and ready to embrace every day. We've already covered 6 fantastic foods that can help you do just that, but let's take a moment to tie it all together, because consistency is where the magic happens. First, let's do a quick recap. Not to repeat ourselves, but to celebrate how far we've come. We started with oats, that comforting breakfast staple that keeps things moving gently. Then we added cucumbers, the crisp hydrators that fight off sluggishness. Don't forget yogurt with those mighty probiotics, working behind the scenes like little gut guardians. Then came lentils, the fiber pack champions, followed by prunes, nature's sweet helpers, and finally ginger, that zesty root that wakes up your digestion like a sunrise for your stomach. Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine your digestive system as a river. When it's flowing smoothly, everything stays fresh, vibrant, and full of life. But if that river slows down or gets blocked, things get murky. These 6 foods are like the gentle currents that keep the water moving, clearing out the debris, nourishing the ecosystem, and letting life thrive. But here's what I really want you to remember. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Maybe some days you'll have oatmeal for breakfast, lentils for lunch, and a ginger tea in the afternoon. Other days, you might forget entirely, and that's okay. What matters is that you're making an effort most days to choose foods that love you back. Let me share a story. My Uncle Charlie, sharp as a tack at 82, started adding just 2 of these foods to his diet last year. Yogurt in the mornings and a handful of prunes after dinner. Within a month, he told me, "I feel like I've got my old engine back." He's back to tinkering in his workshop, taking long walks with his dog, and even joined a bowling league. That's the power of small, consistent changes. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about you. Because this isn't just about food, it's about your life. The life you want to live, the hobbies you want to enjoy, the people you want to cherish without feeling held back by fatigue or discomfort. Every bite you take is a choice to invest in that life. And you're worth every single bite, so here's my challenge to you. Pick one food from our list this week and make it your new kitchen staple. Maybe it's adding a spoonful of chia seeds to your oatmeal, or tossing lentils into your favorite soup. Maybe it's brewing that ginger tea every evening. Whatever it is, commit to it and notice how you feel. Your body will thank you, not with grand gestures, but with steady energy, comfort, and the quiet joy of feeling good in your own skin. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. There's a whole community here cheering you on. If you've already tried some of these foods, tell us about it in the comments. Did prunes surprise you? Did ginger become your new best friend? Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. Before I go, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging is inevitable, but how you age, that's up to you. You've got the tools now. 6 delicious, simple foods that can transform your digestion, your energy, and your days. The rest is just living. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this video with a friend who might need it, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on thriving at any age. After all, we're in this together. Here's to feeling good, staying regular, and savoring every moment. Remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're whatever years you decide to make yours. Take care, friends, and keep shining.